So I recently came back from a little work trip, and this is what I've been using to carry all of my camera gear. This is the Nanuk 935, and this is my current favorite camera case to carry all my camera gear, and it's still small enough to be able to check in on an airline. This video is not sponsored. I've just been using this for a while and I've been really happy with it. And I think that if you're looking for a camera case that can be carried onto a flight and can carry a lot of camera gear and protect all of it, this might be what you're looking for. Let me show you what's inside first. Obviously what's inside is going to differ because everyone's going to have different gear, but this is hopefully just going to show you the amount that you can carry in this case. So first we have the cameras. I have the Fujifilm X-M5 and the X100VI. These right now are just placeholders for my Sony cameras that I'm recording on right now, but this is where those go. We have our lenses, so this is the Tamron 35-150 and the Laowa 10mm f2.8. I was kind of doing a dock style shoot, so I did need some camera gear to be rigged up. So I have my base plate here and the V-mount plate, top handle and mic. And then here we have the Hollyland Pyro 7. So this is a 7-inch monitor. And then we also have the Tilta Mirage matte box. So I'm still able to fit a full 7-inch monitor and a matte box in here. 2 V-mount batteries. And then we have the DJI Mic 2s in here. And then we have the new Tilta portable charging case. So this is where I store my batteries and I can charge them. And that whole case can fit in here as well. On the top of the lid here, this is where I keep all my cables. Right now I just have them all thrown in, but obviously you can organize them a little bit better. And I also have the adapters for the matte box. On this side, I store all my batteries. So right now I have 4 batteries here. I think you can probably fit up to around 6, plus the 4 in the charging case. So I can fit like 10 batteries in this whole thing. And at the top, I have my multi-tool, and this is where I also put things like an SD card reader or any other accessories that I need. And on the top here, right here at the lid, you can actually fit a map book in here, and it's padded on all sides so that you know that it'll be protected. And that's pretty much it for the case. Right now you have these foam dividers, and obviously you can just mix and match and organize this however you want. If you want, you can take this whole thing off. I do have an air tag that I just threw in here. You could put this in one of the pockets, but right now it's small enough that I can just throw it in here, and if anyone does happen to steal it, then hopefully they won't find the air tag. And if you want, there's also an option where you can fit this whole thing with foam instead, and you can cut out pieces specifically to what your gear needs. So if you don't want to use the dividers and you want to use foam, you can do that as well. Now what I really like about this case is the type of material that's made out of. So I believe they mentioned it was resin, and this whole thing is just very sturdy. It's fully waterproof and drop proof. Because it is so durable, on a flight you could check in your camera gear. Obviously I would never recommend checking in camera gear. I would always prefer to carry on. And because this is a carry-on size, at least for most airlines, you will be able to carry this on. But it is good to know that in the worst case, if you have to check it in for whatever reason, your camera gear should be protected. Now what I really like about these latches is that when you close it, you kind of have to push down this lever, pull up, and then it snaps it down. Same with the other side. You pull it up, lock it in, pull it down. And that just makes it very secure. There's no way that these will ever come out by itself. You would have to press down on it and then push up before it unlocks. And obviously that is going to be like a tiny extra step versus just pushing it up. But I'd rather have this extra security here. This handle is very nice. There's just a very nice texture to it. It does fold down and lock in. So instead of this just kind of flapping around, you can push it down. You can hear the snap, and then that locks it in. You do have this little mechanism here which auto pressurizes it. And on the top of the lid here, you have 2 slots where you can put TSA locks. And these also have a metal ring around it just to give it more reinforcement. Nanuk does sell these TSA locks that are specifically designed for the Nanuk cases. So this is just a very thick piece of metal. It would just slide into the hole right here. And then you would just lock it. And you have one on each side so that it keeps the whole thing very secure. So on the front side here, on the top, you also have a handle so you can grab it. And this does fold in by itself, and it has a nice texture grip, same as the other ones. And then you also have a retractable button, and this lets you roll the camera case. And obviously you also have these wheels which are very rugged. I think compared to the Pelican ones, these ones do seem to stand out a little bit better and withstand more like rocky environments. I haven't had any issues with these, so I really like these. And honestly, that's pretty much it. I don't really have any faults for this. I haven't used a ton of camera cases though, so I don't really have too much to compare it with. But I think that so far, using this Nanuk 935, I pretty much liked everything about it. One thing I'd say is maybe for the wheels, instead of just having 2 wheels, meaning that you would have to drag the camera case, if they have 4 wheels, that way you could just push it kind of like any normal carry-on. That'll be really nice. But overall, I've been very happy with this. I like the build quality of it. I like how the TSA locks are double reinforced and they have 2 of them. Everything just seems very nice and easy to use. The locks are very nice. I can fit a ton of gear in here. Sometimes I will bring a backpack and fit some more gear in there, but for most of my most expensive stuff, I will keep in this case. And honestly, that's pretty much it. Links are in the description if you want to check it out. I'll have everything linked for you. If you have any questions, definitely drop them in the comments below. If you like this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe to see more photo video content, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.